can you please give us a small introduction to yourself and how you got into writing?
Okay, so I'm Chloe. So I decided basically I've always loved reading. I just grew up reading all the time. And then I did writing as well, but I never had the confidence to sort of put it out there or tell anyone. I kind of just kept it to myself. And then I made this list of things I wanted to do before I was 30. And one of the things was to just like publish some books. As it happened, I only got one out. Literally, I published it the day before I turned 30.
That's still a great achievement.
It got me started. So that was the thing. So um, I've now got 5 books out. My first 3 are a fantasy romance trilogy called The Dangers of Dreaming. So that's kind of where it all began.
Tell us about your books.
Yeah, so these ones, so we have dream walkers. We have people who can get into your dreams. They can watch them, they can change them, get you pretty confused because they seem really realistic. So yeah, I've got them here. So that's the first
Oh, I
one.
love the cover.
So yeah, duplicity. It's got Ella. She's just your average 20-something girl, terrible relationship history, just picks the wrong guys, gets ghosted all the time, that kind of thing. But then, so she's kind of given up in real life. And then she starts having these dreams, and she's sort of dating this guy in her dreams. Because it just seems really
Intriguing.
realistic. And every time she goes to bed, she's just like continuing on this dream. But then she meets him in real life, and she doesn't know, like, what is this, like, is this real, is this just like my mind playing tricks on me, like I've seen him before and it's just whatever. But yeah, so she starts dating him. There's some hiccups, is a bit weird, but then yeah, things, I have some bits in different perspectives, so you learn a bit more about Adam. And yeah, so obviously there's things he hasn't told her and things about his past. But yeah, so gradually, I don't want to give away spoilers, but there's so many twists and turns as you realise quite what he's capable of, what his family are capable of. It goes a little bit crazy, as you can imagine with dreams.
We love crazy
You've got
though.
baddies, you've got goodies, you've got a love triangle. It's like everything gradually just goes on and on and on.
Sounds amazing. So intriguing as well.
Yeah,
I love
there's
the
a
concept of
trilogy of
dream
them.
making. It's a trilogy. So is it one, well, you said love triangle, but is it one, is it following one main character throughout the whole trilogy?
Yeah, so it's based on Ella as the main character, but then you sort of get the backstory of some of the other characters as it goes on to sort of explain
Yeah.
how they've come to this point.
Is that a YA or is that a more of a spicy romance?
So it's not too spicy. There's little hints, but it never goes all the it never
All
gets
right,
too
into
far.
full.
But it's one of those ones I'd say you don't want to be young, but basically anyone from sort of I've got readers who are probably too young, which are probably like
Yeah.
14. I would say 16 is probably okay. And then I've had readers that are like in their 50s and 60s. So it's a big range of
To be
people that
fair,
have
I think there's
been
a lot of readers that are quite young reading some books that I'd be like, I was reading some books at 16. I think that was the youngest. I saw on Instagram the other day this person was reading Akatar and they looked like they were 12. Probably not, but yeah, I wouldn't be too worried about that. I mean, that one goes into quite big detail. What drew you into your current genre or style? Was there any book that threw you into that?
I'm not sure if there's specific books because I tend to read like all sorts. I'm definitely a bit of a mood reader. I
Yeah.
read sort of rom-coms, I'll read horror, I'll read psychological thrillers, whatever really. But I think like the main thing I like about writing is I like to entertain and make it fun and just have like that break from reality. So that's
Yeah.
the kind of like tone that I go with my books.
And I think loads of readers will really appreciate that because that's the reason why we read. We like a break from reality. We like something odd and crazy and something different. And yeah, it's nice to have the contemporary romance that is like the dream of what you'd want, but sometimes you just need something completely different. So yeah, we would love that. We love the
Yeah.
entertainment factor of it. That's the whole reason I read anyway. What was the first fantasy book that you remember that made you fall in love with the genre, would you say? Is there
Would we
anyone that you
count
can
Twilight?
actually...
Would we count Twilight as fantasy? Because
Yeah,
I definitely love that.
I did love the Twilight Saga. I never got on to the very last books because I think it was a library book and I accidentally lost it. I got it back, but then because yeah, that was awful. But I never really got back into it. But the first book was actually really good. I
Yeah.
thoroughly enjoyed it. I remember that as a teen to really like it. So yeah, definitely starts the journey off as
You got your
like
vampires and your werewolves and everything.
add everything into it. I mean, I immediately, if I see there's like vampires, werewolves, or some, well, dream walkers as well, I think that concept I love. I
Yeah.
think I've read one book kind of like that before, and it's just they're fantastic. So yeah, I'm very excited to discover your books. Would you say you're more plot driven or people driven in your storytelling?
Yeah, definitely the characters drive it. I
Yeah.
like to have an idea and I'll be like, I think it's going to go that way. And then I'll start writing it and it doesn't work because the character's like, nah. I've had that with my current one that I'm doing because I've got early copies of my next book coming out on Saturday, and
Oh,
literally this week I changed the ending.
it's releasing Saturday.
It's like just the early copies, but yeah, I wasn't
That's
happy with it.
chaotic.
And I think my characters weren't happy, and I was like, no, we need to do something else.
Do you find yourself so in the zone of writing and then you come out of it and you're like, what the hell just happened? That wasn't supposed to happen how I wanted it. The characters completely just took you on a completely different
Yeah,
road.
definitely.
That's a question I really like to ask because I think most authors find that the characters just have a mind of their own. It's like this
Mm,
whole other being that just, yeah, no, I'm gonna do this instead of what I thought they were gonna do. I
yeah.
always find that so interesting and quite funny. What's your writing routine like? Is it quite chaotic or structured?
Yeah, probably chaotic. It's kind of because I've got the 9 to 5 job, so it's kind of like some evenings I want to do it. So, some weekends I'll be really good and I'll get up, probably write in my pajamas because I'm better if I do it straight away. If I
Yeah.
prolong it, then it doesn't happen. So yeah, I'll just get up and do that with a drink. I like writing from bed. That's probably my favorite place to write.
Mm,
So
I
I
can
like to be
imagine that.
comfortable.
Like I'm a massive procrastinator, so I completely feel the whole you have to do it straight away, otherwise you just put it off. And I guess your thoughts are quite fresh from the night, and your mind is obviously reeling.
Yeah.
You find you sometimes have to, you're about to go to sleep, and then you have to suddenly get up and write because
Uh,
like I think
like
your
I'll
mind's
scribble down notes. Yeah.
yeah. I always think the thoughts always come to me then. Like sometimes I dabble in a bit of writing, not really, and I always think the thoughts come to me then. But sometimes I'm way too tired to even be bothered to scribble something down, and then in the morning I can't remember the amazing,
Yeah.
supposedly amazing idea that I had. So definitely scribbling it down is a good idea. What's your weirdest or most unexpected source of inspiration that you've had? Can you remember?
A job interview.
Really? Was that a bad interview or a good one?
More just in terms of like the questions that were asked and just like the personalities you get sometimes when you're being interviewed.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like because meet people, and you sort of can imagine different characters about them.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I bet with job interviews you meet quite a few different array of characteristics as well. So you can kind of
I also
envision that
got,
in
I
your head.
mean, like the whole reason I did the dreaming thing was because like some of my dreams are really realistic. So I
Hmm.
suppose I've been inspired by dreams as well.
Yeah.
Literally just waking up and being like, did that happen?
Literally, the author I spoke to yesterday said the biggest inspiration for her books is the nightmares that she has and dreams. So you're not alone in that. I mean, hers sounded really scary, not gonna lie. But yeah, my dreams can be so vivid as well. It's crazy how you can then. I think it's so nice to be able to express yourself in your books from your dreams and then
Mm,
kind of expand on that. Because I know a lot of people, I won't be alone in this, you kind of make up your own fantasy land in your head when you're falling asleep. And then to be able to write that down and be in charge of what's going on is quite nice.
yeah.
What's your favourite trope to write? Is there one you secretly love as a reader or as a writer?
Probably enemies to lovers. Yeah, I think we've all got a soft spot for that.
I literally did a post the other day that said enemies to lovers or cowboy romance. Most of them said enemies to lovers. So
Yeah,
there's just something different about it. It's just, oh, it's
yeah.
amazing. Is there a book that you really love, an enemies to lovers one, that you can recommend to people as well?
Oh,
There's so many.
yeah, I can't think off the top of my head.
That is a problem on top of the head.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if I could. I mean, there's obviously the forced proximity. There's so much within the enemies to lovers. You could have forced proximity as well. You can have grumpy sunshine. So just to think of like all the different ones that you can have, it can go honestly anywhere, and it's such a great show. I think the angst of it all and the tension just brings it out, and it's just gives a bit of, I don't know, something else that makes it amazing. So yeah, you gave us an overview of your series. Have you got any recent or upcoming releases that you can
Yeah,
highlight?
so basically my next book that is officially coming out in June, but I've got early copies coming out in a couple of days, is Sunshine and Stalkers, which is a spin-off from my Christmas books. So I've got like sweet and cozy sort of rom-com Christmas books. I've only got the proof copy of that one because I did a bit of a mistake at Christmas. I had a sale and I sold all of them instead of keeping a copy for myself. So good problem to have, but
Yeah, it's a good problem to have. Sad.
But yeah, so my Christmas books have got like the same main characters, and then for this Sunshine and Stalkers, we've got the couple that got together in the first one. Sort of, it's them in the summer. So it's Abby and Jacob. Jacob is like a Z-list celebrity because he went on a summer dating show. So he's the reason you'd think they'd be being stalked.
Yeah.
But there's a lot going on with her past because her mum's just turned up like 20 years after she left them with all these stories that like kind of makes it sound like she was a spy or something, but nothing's really adding up. It's like what's
A
going on?
mystery.
And obviously Abby doesn't want to give her the time of day because she's just like, you left us. What do you think you're doing now? But yeah, it's a really fun one. So it's been fun to write because it's just like you think everything's fine and then you think who's following them, what's going on, and then everything just goes wrong, obviously.
Of course.
But then we've got to like try and get things back on track, and it's like she's got to trust her mum who she has no reason to trust, but she
Yeah.
kind of needs to use her connections to try and sort everything out.
There's a massive suspense there, mystery and
Yeah, I've sort of like
chaos
I've
element.
played with the genre a bit because it's like instead of just being a straightforward rom-com, we've got that sort of edge of the psychological kind of stuff with this stalker.
Well, that just sounds like a brilliant read. I think everyone needs to look out for that one because any rom-coms are fun. Then when you add another element and make it exciting, it's just something else
Mhm.
entirely. That sounds amazing. What other tropes would you say are in the book?
God, I'm really bad at picking out tropes.
No, it's
Uh,
fine.
Let me think.
I'm putting you on the spot here.
I'm sure I did write some down and I've completely forgotten what I said. We've got no, we got a happy ending in the end.
Nice. So we've got a rom-com, comedic elements, suspense, a chaotic part where things go downhill. We've got stalker, we've got mystery, we've got a bag full of great tropes, basically. They're in there.
They're in there. You just have to find them.
I hate to put you on the spot again, but is there any teasers maybe that you can give us, or anything, a little snippet of the book, or is it all a big surprise?
It's tricky to decide what to like
Yeah,
to say. So yeah, what do I give away and what do I not?
you can say nothing if you.
It's really tricky. I mean, I could read the beginning, but it's pretty much if you've read Christmas Wishes and Popcorn Kisses, then it's like it gets back into the zone of that one.
Hmm.
And that one is definitely the favourite of my two Christmas books. It's the most popular one. Yeah, I don't know. I suppose the main thing is that's different is you do finally get a bit of the guy's point of view
Yeah.
because the first one was all Abby. But in this one, because of what happens, you kind of need to know what the guy's thinking. So it's quite nice to finally get a bit of his perspective and see things from his side because she's very in her head. She doesn't think she deserves him after
Yeah.
everything. And yeah, it's quite nice to get the guy's point of view.
I think always getting the guy's point of view, like at first you might dislike the guy or you're not really sure about him, and as soon as you get his point of view, it's like it changes
Mm.
everything. It just feels so different, and that unique but great perspective on the story just gives it something extra. I always prefer books that have multiple point of views, I'd say. If they're a bit of a longer one, if you feel like you've got more of a brooding guy,
Yeah.
a guy that you're not too sure about. That's not to say that I haven't read some really good books that don't have multiple point of views, but I definitely think sometimes it just adds something else to the book
Mm.
that makes it really enjoyable read. Do you have any hobbies outside of writing? Anything that you like to do?
So I like reading and writing. Yeah.
Writing.
Then I do like yoga. I
Oh, nice.
like going for walks. Actually, a fun yoga thing. I'm doing yoga with puppies on Sunday, which I'm really looking forward to.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
So jealous. That is amazing.
yeah. I've never
Oh, I
tried
don't
it
think.
before, but it sounds like it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I mean, puppies. What's not to love?
Exactly. It's going to make me feel good. It might not be very good yoga, but I'm going to be happy.
I don't think much yoga would be going on. I think there'd just be lots of puppy cuddling. I mean, that could be so funny as well. All the puppies running around. Oh, I'm so jealous. That sounds amazing. What type of yoga do you usually do then?
So have you seen Yoga with Adrian on YouTube?
I
It's kind
haven't
of
yet.
she's really good. So because I used to have regular classes where I lived before, and I haven't found a good one around here, I've sort of returned back to my YouTube yoga again, and
Yeah,
Yoga with Adrian, highly recommend. Literally, it's
I'll
the
make a note of
best.
that. See, I haven't done much. I'm trying to think how to describe. I don't really know the different types of yoga. I just know the one that I've always done. The one I've done is Kundalini yoga. Have you heard of that one?
Oh, is that
So
one? I can't remember what that one is. I have heard of it.
they basically call it the mother of all yogas. It's like mind, movement, mantra. So it's a bit more. It's not really an exercise. You don't really go. Yes, you can do stuff that is like can be quite strenuous, but it's not really an exercise yoga. It's more of the I don't know how to describe it. More spiritual, I guess. I don't
Yeah.
really know. But no, I really want to get back into doing more yoga for exercise because it's so good. My friend is actually a yoga instructor, so as soon as she starts doing classes, I'll be going straight away. But it's just a great activity, isn't it? And
Yeah.
adding puppies to the mix, my goodness, then get me there every week. I'd love
Yeah,
that.
I think I could afford to go every week because it's not cheap, but
I can't imagine it is cheaper, to be honest.
I don't know if they're paying these puppies or what.
Well, hopefully in treats or something. Where do they get them all from? Is it just
I think it's from what I read on the website, I think it's like local owners when they have litters and stuff, it's to sort of get them used to people really. It sort
oh,
of helps
that's
the puppies.
actually such a great concept that. That's
Uh,
funny though. If we did that, I could do that locally because I've got someone who I know someone who breeds like are they hunting dogs? I'd say so. They have like 40 dogs. So when they have pup litters, it'll be crazy. I can only imagine the chaos at that place. So yeah, do you love reading as much as you love writing, or would you say you prefer one or the other?
yeah, I was a reader first, so that's never gonna go
Yeah.
away. I'm always reading.
But I bet it's quite nice now that you're a writer to be able to decide where your stories go. Because obviously, as a reader, sometimes you can get frustrated about what a direction the story went, and now you can actually be like, no, this is how it's gonna go. When your characters aren't controlling you, that is.
Yeah, my characters might change their mind, but yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's kind of fun because you think like, I wish there was a book that did this, and I can just write it.
yeah, that is just so lovely. I mean, that's happened so many times to me. I've never actually written it though. But you find these like little clips on TikTok or Instagram, and it's just like a scene out of something that's like a made up thing, but nobody's written the book yet. And all the comment section is, can somebody write this, please? And they're just amazing. And the fact that you'd be able to actually write them if you wanted to and be
Mm,
inspired by that is just great. I bet you love the kind of freedom of it. I don't know. I'm not really describing that, but just being able to do that is quite great, I bet.
yeah, it's like you can literally do whatever you want,
Yeah,
especially because I do obviously I self-publish, so there's literally no one in my ear saying, "Oh, people won't like it if you do that." I can just
yeah.
if I like it, it's in there.
Well, also, I think because obviously there's a lot of people with publishers kind of telling you what you can and can't do, but there's some authors out there like I've not read them yet because I'm
Mm.
holding off until they're all released. But I know Rebecca Yarros. She kills off a lot of characters, and she
Oh,
does a lot of things that the readers don't like. And I'm sure she's got some big bosses in her ear saying, "No, no, no, they won't like that." And I bet she's
yeah.
saying, "No, sorry, it's gonna happen. Sorry, they're gonna die."
Yeah.
But you can just decide whatever. You want this character to do something, then sure, they're gonna do that. Is this your first time attending the armories? Have you been before?
I've been before. I've been twice before, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. It's
Yeah,
my
so
first
I
time.
love it. It's so good. I can't wait to go back again. It is
Can you
like the
tell us a
best
bit
event.
about the event? Because I haven't been before, so I'm very excited.
Yeah, it's just massive. Loads of authors, loads of readers. Like the energy in the room is just really good. And the evening, I don't know if you're going to the evening
Yeah,
ball. That's amazing. I love that. That makes it all
I'm
worthwhile.
I'm so excited for that. Have you got your outfit sorted for it?
Yeah, pretty much. I've got, yeah, a nice long black gothic dress.
Haven't a clue what I'm gonna wear, so I'm gonna have to get looking for that. I definitely want the whole long black dress vibes, but it's just finding one that's not too
Mm.
expensive as well.
Oh
Maybe
yeah,
I'll
I
have
got mine on
to.
Shein. I've been spending a
Oh,
lot.
oh, I'll have to have a look on Machine. That's
Yeah.
such a fair point. I haven't really I used that website too much. I did get one dress from there that was really
Mm.
good. So yeah, I'll have to look at them. But in my head, I know it's not gothic, but I've just got when it says like black ball gown, I just keep on thinking of Feyre's outfit from Akatar, and
Okay.
it's not gothic at all, but it's just so pretty. But I definitely couldn't pull that off. But I'm really excited to see what everyone wears and what they come up with. That'd be really nice.
But the costumes last year, I can't remember what the theme was, but the costumes were all over the place. They were amazing. People really put in some good effort.
Is it gothic just the theme this
Yeah,
time?
this time's gothic, yeah.
Oh, it's nice that they do different themes as well, just to change things up. But yeah, it's
Yeah,
quite a big event. It's got like, has it got over 100 authors or near 100
yeah,
authors?
I think so.
Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be amazing. I mean, I'll be focusing on doing short interviews with authors, trying to get clips of the event, and probably running around like a headless chicken. I'm trying to squeeze in a few book buying in between, but maybe it's good I'm busy because my bank account will thank me.
Yeah, I even as an author, I always end up pre-ordering books as well. So it's
Like,
like make
sorry,
sure I
readers,
sell more
you're
than I
gonna have to
write,
wait a
please.
second. I gotta go pick up my pre-order. It's quite nice though to be able to see the authors and talk to them in that way and be one of the authors there instead of just a reader. You get that backstage kind of view and to be able to
Hmm.
talk to them like that when you can. And obviously at the Gothic Ball, you'll be able to speak to
Yeah.
them more. Yeah, that'll be so lovely. I'm very excited for the event. I'm excited to meet everyone in person and know a few friendly faces before I go from these interviews. That'd be really lovely. Yeah, thank you so much for talking to me today. It's been lovely getting to know you and having this little insight before the event, and hopefully readers um, like the little interviews that we've been doing for the event.
Yeah, thank
Um,
you. It's my
but yeah,
first ever interview.
oh, is it?
Yeah, I've never
Yeah,
done one of these like online ones before, so
no, it's quite a different concept for me. My first one was the other week because I'm first time doing it for an event or ever. So I'm still getting used to it. I'm still getting used to asking questions and coming up with different questions. I think I've used some of the same questions, so I'm gonna have to try find and think of some other ones just to change it up a bit. Obviously, with each author, the interview goes in a different way, doesn't it?
yeah.
You ask throw in questions that I haven't written down in there, and each author has different answers. So if it's the same sort of questions, it doesn't matter all the time. But yeah, I couldn't tell that was your first interview at all. So I mean, I forgot to record half of the interview yesterday.
No.
Yeah, poor author. She had to do like the intro again, and I was like, I'm so sorry. So
Oh.
at least I haven't done that today. Yeah, so it was lovely talking to you. Thank you for joining me on this, and I'll see you in October.
Yeah, looking